Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into something that is incredibly emotional, real, and something I know a lot of us can relate to: single motherhood. Recently, a video went viral of a 29-year-old single mom who, in a moment of pure vulnerability, openly admitted, "I hate being a mom to 4 kids some days." Now, before we go any further, I want to be clear. This video sparked a lot of reactions, some supportive, some judgmental, and others downright harsh. But what caught my attention wasn't just the fact that this mom was struggling, it's how so many people reacted to her sharing such a raw, honest moment of her life. You know, when we think about motherhood, there is this almost idealized version we see online. Smiling moms with perfect kids, living picture perfect lives. But what about the moment when it's hard? The days when you feel like you are juggling a million things and just can't keep up. That's what this mom's video highlighted, and it made me realize just how many people out there are afraid to speak up when they are struggling, for fear of being judged or misunderstood. So today we are going to break down why that video hits home for so many people and what the reaction says about how we view single mothers. We are going to talk about the truth behind the struggle, why it's okay to feel overwhelmed, and why it's so important to be supportive, not judgmental. When a mom speaks out, trust me, this is a conversation that needs to happen.
Just tired. I fucking hate this. I hate this some days. I just I'm never enough, and I feel like I'm gonna disappoint one of my kids. And every time they go to sleep, it's like I didn't spend enough time with one of them, and my daughter, who's my
Alright, so I silenced this part because I didn't want TikTok to take it down for the music. But here she's just showing how her ex-husband was in Europe with his new bitch on their children's birthday. Do not have a baby for a man. And when I say that, I mean do not have a baby just because that man wants a baby. If you do not absolutely want the baby, do not have the baby. Also, don't have more kids than you are willing to raise as a single mother. Y'all saw that video of her in the closet crying from her 4 kids. Stressed out, tired, overworked. And as y'all can see in this comment, someone said, standing firm on one and done mentally is the best for me. And even with 1 kid, it still gets overwhelming at times. The woman, the 29-year-old that was in the video, she was one and done with her ex-husband, but he pushed her to have another. She ends up with triplets. And when it's a triplets birthday, where is he? In Paris with the bitch he told her was a gold digger. On his kid's birthday, the kids that he begged his wife to have, that he now wants nothing to do with. If you have a baby simply because your husband wants the baby or your boyfriend wants the baby, if your husband or boyfriend decides they want nothing to do with that baby, they can pack their shit and go to Paris with the new bitch and leave you fending for yourself. Because she even said he doesn't take care of them. He's a fucking deadbeat. So now here she is, 29 years old, single mother, no assistance from the father. So when y'all see women on the internet saying, you know what, I'm gonna leave it at that. Do with this information what you will. I hate to use her as an example, but sometimes I feel like y'all need to see it. Y'all need to see it, because when women come on this app and tell y'all to be careful, y'all make it sound like we're bitter. We're not bitter. We're cautious. We're cautious. Some of us were fortunate enough to not end up exactly in her position, but babe, all right, y'all be careful.
Oh, I really feel for this mum. Mum guilt is such a real thing. And I just want to say, nobody signs up to be a single mum. That is not the dream we all have had when we're young. There are very few and far between men that are truly supportive of what the mum's role is in this life. If we are supported, if our cups are full, you better believe that all of that is going to the kids, to your generation. If we're not supported, then you're going to end up with a mum who's fully burnt out, who's fully so stressed. She's crying her eyes out on social media about it. These kids are not getting the best version of their mum in these moments. Why on earth are there not communities geared to helping single mums? At the end of the day, we don't need the men. Clearly, we're doing it on our own and we're doing the best we can. Why are there not co-living communities for single mums? Not for students, not for co-working entrepreneurs, even though we would be, because God knows we are the best multitaskers on the planet. We get it all done. There should be beautiful spaces, land. We could have mums that can grow veggies, mums that can sew, mums that like to make food, mums that like to make jam, mums that like to craft, mums that like to go on adventures, mums that are DIY mums. We've got all the mums. We just need the space. And then we'll just go there. We'll go there. And you'll never see us crying on TikTok again because we'll be living in peace.
Look, I know you're a single mom, and I don't know what exactly happened in your life with that guy. It's none of my business, but let me say this. As a male, I give mad props to single moms. I give mad props to moms in general. They do so much for us as the father of those kids. And if this guy doesn't want to be in their lives or wants no part of that for whatever reason, that's messed up. And he's a piece of shit for that. I'm sorry. But I will say this, you are doing everything you can for those kids. And that is amazing. You are probably the best thing for those kids right now. I want you to know that my DMs are always open. If you ever need someone to talk to or just vent to, please reach out to me. And I'll do everything that I can to help you.
Use protection, then, you fucking dumbass. Fucking idiot. Grow a fucking dick, bitch.
Well, finish opening it.
Please, it.
Oh my god.
What did he get?
I don't know. Ooh. Okay. What is
Let it
that?
be a 5!
Yes, bro. Told you, man. Told you.
I want to take a moment to talk about the viral video of the single mom who admitted I hate being a mom to 4 kids some days. I have been reflecting on this a lot and I think it's time we have a real open discussion about it. This video has sparked a lot of emotions and reactions, both supportive and judgmental, and I can't help but feel that this is such a critical moment for us to address some of the difficult truths about single motherhood and parenting in general. First of all, let me start by saying, anyone who has ever been a parent, whether single or not, knows that it can be overwhelming. People on the outside often paint this perfect picture of what it means to be a mother, especially on social media, but the reality is that parenting is tough. It's exhausting, emotional draining, and sometimes it feels like it's just too much. And when you are a single mom, that weight is even heavier. I don't think the mom in the video was saying that she doesn't love her kids or that she regrets having them. What she was expressing was something that all parents, especially single parents, can relate to: the burnout. It's also easy for people to sit in judgment and say, how could she say that, or how can you complain about being a mother? But let's be honest, if you have ever walked a day in those shoes, you can't fully understand the toll it takes. It's one thing to be a parent with a partner who shares the load, and it's another thing entirely when you are doing it all by yourself. The thing is, we have this unrealistic expectation of mothers. Society tends to put mothers on a pedestal and expect them to be the perfect caregivers, always happy, always putting their kids first, always managing it all without breaking a sweat. When you don't live up to that idea, where you admit that some days you are struggling, it's seen as a weakness or failure. But that is not the case. I think it's incredibly brave for this mom to admit that she's struggling. The truth is, motherhood isn't just about the happy moments. It's not just about the first steps or the bedtime stories or the cute little family photos. Those moments are wonderful, don't get me wrong, but they don't tell the whole story. The reality of motherhood, especially as a single mom, is messy. There are days when your kids are yelling, when the house is a mess, when your patience is tested beyond measure, and you feel like you have given everything you have, and it's still not enough. There are days when you feel like you are drowning and there is no one to help you stay afloat. I have read so many comments on this video, and it breaks my heart to see how many people are ready to criticize this mom for her vulnerability. Some people have said things like, if you can't handle being a mom, then why have kids? Or, you choose this life so you have to deal with it. And I get it, it's easy to say that from the outside, but let's think about this for a second. Becoming a mother is one of the most selfless things a person can do. It's not something anyone does lightly. And yes, we all make choices, but that doesn't mean those choices don't come with their challenges. There is no instruction manual for how to handle the constant emotional and physical demands of raising children, let alone doing it as a single parent. What struck me the most was how many people felt so uncomfortable with this mom's honesty. I think that is because in our society we are taught to mask our struggles, especially as moms. We are told to put on a brave face, to act like we have everything under control, even when we are falling apart on the inside. But the truth is, being a mom doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It doesn't mean you have to love every single moment of it. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, exhausted, and even resentful sometimes. What matters is that you are doing your best. What matters is that you love your children and you are doing everything you can do to provide for them and care for them, even on the hardest days. I think the problem here isn't that this mom said she hates being a mom some days. Is that we as a society hasn't allowing moms to be real about their struggles. We are not creating an environment where moms can admit when they need help, when they need support, or when they are feeling burned out. The reality is that motherhood isn't all about the Instagram perfect moment. It's about the hard days, the messy days, the days when you are just trying to get through the next hour without completely losing it. It's about being human, and as much as we talk about self-care, there is still this stigma around admitting that motherhood in all its glory can sometimes feel like too much to handle. So to this mom and to every single mom out there who has ever felt like they are drowning, please know that you are not alone. You are not a failure. You are not a bad mom. You are doing the best you can, and that is enough. It's okay to have hard days. It's okay to cry. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to feel frustrated and overwhelmed. Your feelings are valid and you deserve compassion and support, not judgment. To everyone who has supported this mom in her moment of vulnerability, thank you. Your kind words, your understanding, your encouragement, it means everything. To those who have judged her, I hope you take a moment to reflect. Parenting is hard for everyone, but especially hard for single parents. Instead of criticizing, let's offer love and understanding. Let's create a world where mothers can share their struggles without fear of being judged. We need to break the stigma around motherhood and show more empathy for the people who are doing one of the hardest jobs in the world. Finally, I want to leave you with this. It's okay not to have it all together. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to admit that some days you don't love being a parent, but what matters is that you keep going. that you keep showing up for your kids, and that you remember that you are doing your best, and that is more than enough. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Let's share our thoughts and perspectives with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this story and more. I will see you in the next video.